We are really, really not alone. That's one of the most important messages that I give with the All About Audiology podcast is for us to come together to feel a sense of community and to know that you're not alone. Whatever it is that you're going through, whether you're a parent to a child with a hearing loss and you've just gotten this news or you've been dealing with this for quite some time, there's a huge amount of power, a huge amount of support that can be had by connecting with other people in your situation. We've talked about that on the podcast. And if you're a student of audiology, especially now when clinics were canceled and residencies were cut short and all the different things that are going on with COVID, it can be really challenging to continue your education and feel like you're going to be ready to go to clinic and be ready to, establish cases and study on your own and things like that. So I just want you to know that I'm really, really here for you, and connecting with you and with a lot of the listeners on Instagram and Facebook, through my email has been so wonderful. I love connecting with you. And I want to tell you that the show is truly from my heart, and I do it because I have this message and I want to connect with you, and I see how difficult it is when you go to a doctor's office and they're just talking and they're saying all these things that you don't really know what it means for you. You don't really know how you're going to interact with your child or how you're going to interact with your patients, what that's going to look like. So I have started offering a couple of different ways to work with me in the most affordable and simple way possible, because I really do believe that we have a lot of work to do together. And so I've put together a Patreon page, and this is a way to help support the show, support the costs of the show, really just the web hosting and the editing, the transcribing, the things that I do to make the show accessible and available to you guys. And there's 3 levels of becoming a patron. The first is just a $5 patronage, and that means it's $5 a month that you help support the show. And with that, I am just so grateful that you would take your time and your money to help the show exist and help the show continue, because of all of the costs that come with it. It's kind of like you are sponsoring the listenership for others who are listening and are not able to pay. And of course, I will be so tremendously grateful. I will shout your name on Instagram if you want me to, and talk about you on the podcast for joining and becoming a patron. Then the next level is for students. It's a $15 a month patronage, and what that gets you is access to the office hours. The office hours is a once a month, the first Wednesday of every month, international student office hours where we all get on a Zoom call. You send your questions in ahead of time or on the call, and we start talking about your questions, talking about cases, bringing interesting cases and trying to do some study together. And it's super interesting because we already have people signed up from around the world, from Australia, from Turkey, from California, from Philippines. And so we have some incredible students joining us, and I'd really love for you to join as well. There is a scholarship available for that. I know not all students are able to afford the $15 a month, and I really do understand that. So I want you to be able to apply for a scholarship, and there's a link right here at the bottom of this video to do that. And then finally, the third level is something that I'm offering in launching this Patreon, which is the cheapest possible way for parents to work with me right now, is to become a patron at the $75 a month level. And for that, you are then able to receive one-on-one monthly calls with me. And this is way less than my hourly rate that I work with parents one-on-one. This is something I'm offering for the first 10 patrons who sign up to be able to have this level of one-on-one with me. And by working through the emotions and the difficulties and the challenges that you're facing, you are going to be so connected to your child. You're going to be such a great advocate for them. You're going to know exactly the words that you need to say to their teacher, to their doctor, to your family members, to different people who who you interact with, and you're going to be this amazing, confident, incredible advocate that you really want to be. You want to be that parent who's like on top of everything and you know what your kid needs, but right now it might feel really difficult to do that. I review all the documents that you send me, their test results, their reports, to try and see where you are along the journey and what's your next step to realize what's next. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please share this video and invite whoever you are in touch with to come and join our office hours, to work one-on-one with me, or to become a patron. I really, really appreciate being here with you. And I'm Dr. Lilach Saperstein, host of the All About Audiology podcast, and I'm so, so grateful that you're here.